Greetings, programs, and welcome to Deus Ex Human Revolution. Yes, there's a new Deus Ex game out, but this is the one I've got, and although I've played it before, I've never actually finished it. And I'm still in the position of wanting to do something a bit more story-based, and I know I had a go at KOTOR, but I have a confession to make. I kind of didn't like KOTOR. Now, I ended up having a break, an enforced break because I had hardware issues, and then I just never came back to it because I realised I wasn't enjoying it. So I realised that this is entirely sacrilegious of me in particular to say so, given that it is one of the Star Wars games. It's one of the best considered ones, it and KOTOR 2. But it was just the mechanics of the thing, and it might be that because I've never played an RPG that's got those kind of more old school mechanics before, and I wasn't really liking it. So instead, I'm going to go for something a bit more up to date. Now, I say a bit more up to date, of course, Deus Ex Human Revolution's been out for a couple of years already, but this is a slightly newer version. This is the director's cut version that came out, where they addressed some of the issues with the original, because the original release, you could, I mean, with a lot of the Deus Ex games, you get this choice between going noisy or going stealthy. But they didn't really balance some of the boss fights that you can't avoid in the original for people that choose to play stealthily. They kind of throw you into these fights when you're horribly ill-equipped because you've spec'd out as a kind of stealth build character. So they have addressed that in Director's Cut, from what I understand. So I'm going to play this with a gamepad, and that's partly from reasons of familiarity, because I've played it on a console before. I've got it for the PS3. That's where I played it most of the way through the first time round. And I say most of the way, I was maybe 3/4 of the way. So I'm going to stick with a gamepad, and also it means I'm just using a mouse a bit less, and that's not so bad for my arm. So I'm going to go with a new game, and we'll just go with medium difficulty. It's been a while since I've played a game like this, so we'll see how it goes. So this is a bit like, I haven't played this for a little while. I've played about 60 minutes just to like do some test recordings and everything, just to make sure it was okay, and otherwise it's been an awfully long time, so I'll shut up and we'll let the cutscene play out.
Is everything in place?
Almost.
What do you mean, almost?
I have spoken with Montreal. The broadcast satellites are ours when we need them. A few weeks of discomfort and the public will be primed for our recall.
And the clinics?
We can hold their post things. They will do as we say. I still think we should wait for the referendum. We can't afford to wait. America's Science Board convenes next month. But the mood among the delegates is shifting. I'm positive that given more time...
No. By going public with this discovery, Sarif is forcing our hand.
The world will not change overnight just because David Sarif wills it. Besides, we can do nothing until our biochip is ready.
I thought you said you were close.
Finding the correct nerve interface has proven more challenging than anticipated. Fortunately, thanks to David, I now know where to look.
And in Washington tonight, crowds continue to gather in front of the Capitol. Most are demanding that Congress severely restrict efforts to alter the human body's abilities. This in response to claims made by biotechnology expert David Sarif that his firm may have discovered a way to make human-controlled evolution available to all. Sarif Industries researchers are set to arrive in Washington tomorrow to defend their claim. But for tonight, this is Eliza Kassab reporting to you live from Vegas.
With all due respect, Major, I'll expect 2 security details waiting for us on the tarmac. No, we won't be going through the terminal. It's too exposed. Yes. I'm glad you understand. Good night, idiot.
Something wrong?
No, not for me it isn't. But you keep pulling on that necklace, Dr. Reed, and you're gonna break it. Come on, Meg. You've defended your research before.
That was different. Then it was all just theories. But this discovery, Adam, it's big. Kepler big. Rosetta Stone big.
So, what's the problem?
They'll want to know how I found it.
Megan, we're leaving for DC and... Adam, you're there. Good, good.
You need something, boss?
Yeah, I want to go over your security plans for Washington before we leave. You and your team ready to go, Megan?
Almost, David. We're just rechecking data.
Well, make it snappy. We have to actually be in Washington before you can dazzle all those federally appointed know-it-alls.
I hate it when he does that. Come on, I'll walk you part way.
Hooray, I can speak again. Yeah, that takes a little while. So here we are, we're Adam Jensen, who I could make the obvious joke that basically everybody that's ever done any Deus Ex video makes about him being a Batman impersonator, but no, that one's been a bit done to death. So we start off in Megan's office, and there's a couple of things you can look at. So there's stuff like
Patient X.
That's nothing, Adam.
a little
Some of the research. Look, we really have to go.
little pad here with something about stuff relating to her research that we can just, we can look through. We can be a right nosy Parker. We can. There was something somewhere where you can look at her emails or something. I can't remember exactly where. It's not that console. Even in the future, they still have fax machines. Oh,
You still have this.
didn't mean to jump there.
From our first date.
It was a spur-of-the-moment purchase. A joke.
Well, it worked, because I forgave you for picking me up in one of those.
See, we can have a quick look at this newspaper. I won't sit and read these out, but
In a second.
we could, if you're that interested, you can pause it and look at it on the screen, I guess. Yes.
Please,
So,
Adam, I'm nervous.
we can. I was thinking we could pick up the calculator, and I guess that's a calculator. Or is that meant to be a phone? Maybe that's meant to be a phone. And we can also just, here we go.
You
We
know, you
can
really should get in the habit of locking your computer.
just totally look at her emails.
Frank told me about it.
Yeah, let's see. Email from her mum. Email from her boss. Email about her dog.
And I thought, hey, stop reading my email.
She's like, no, stop reading my emails. Yeah, this is the kind of boyfriend that Adam Jensen is. He's just totally nosy and looks through all your emails. And anyway, so that was another thing about the mysterious, however it was that she got her data that let her make
careful with
the
that.
breakthrough.
It's a first edition. David bought it for me.
Wow, book covers are very simple in the future. Right, is there anything else? You can totally. I'm just gonna
It's waiting, Adam.
stand at your desk. Yeah. That's the kind of boyfriend I am apparently. Yes, and then we get to do a little on rails section. I remember enough of the plot to know
What did you mean back there,
a
man?
fair bit of
About how
what's
you
going
found
to
it.
happen.
Nothing. It's just my nerves
But
talking.
as I say, I never played through right to
something
the
I
end of
should
the
know
game. I only played about 3/4 of it.
About Sarif.
Megan,
It makes it fairly clear early on, though, that there's things going on that maybe aren't entirely ethical or whatever.
Coming from the PDOT cluster could be throwing
I don't. All that stuff at the start with the conspiracy. As far as I know, that relates to the earlier Deus Ex games, because of course the Deus Ex games have been around for a while now.
Eric, you wouldn't be avoiding me.
But I've never played any of those. However, there's a guy called Ross something. I forget his name, but he's got a channel called Ross's Game Dungeon, and basically he's done a retrospective. I'm totally talking all over this, but this is unimportant. This bit. So yeah, he's done a retrospective on the earlier Deus Ex games, and his channel's just kind of cool anyway. So yeah, you should definitely check him out. I'll maybe put a link in below if I remember to do so. So yeah, this is all just kind of, I don't know, little bits of plot, but there's not really a lot of plot going on. It's just us wandering through and looking at things.
We work with teachers, doctors, construction workers.
It's not a bad looking game. I mean, it's held up all right. Although
your salary.
Sorry.
Wow,
You almost
those must be expensive boxes. Never mind what's in the boxes, it's the boxes themselves that are expensive. Yeah, that's totally what she was getting at. What was I saying? Yeah, it holds up okay. It holds up okay. It's not like super detailed or
Thanks to
anything,
Vasily,
but
actually.
it's not bad. It probably impressed me more on the console when it came out on my PS3 than it does these days on the PC.
Using shaped microcharges.
Oh, the Typhoon! Yeah, I remember the Typhoon. I kept because I played it stealthy the first time round. I think I'm going to play it stealthy this time round because the game very ham-fistedly tells you off if you try and play it as somebody that wanders around and just kills everybody. But if you do wander around and kill everybody, that's one of the things you can eventually get is the Typhoon.
But Vasily has all the details, General.
But the ammo for it is
You're right.
like really rare if I remember correctly.
You're missing the point. Defense contracts keep us afloat, but neural augmentations that make you think faster, react quicker, they can really improve a life. Everybody's lives. David's talked about it for years.
Yeah, he is a talker.
He's a good man. Admit it, Adam. A part of you likes him.
I like everyone, Dr. Reed.
Yeah, right.
He's so cuddly and lovable, that Adam Jensen. So the plot basically is that you live in a world where augmentation has become reasonably commonplace, but
How far are you going?
they haven't yet made a breakthrough on stopping people ultimately rejecting synthetic replacements. And this is the whole thing here, that she's discovered a way to stop that. But there are some people that don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
So that's it in a nutshell, really.
Sorry.
Nothing tremendously complicated.
About a lot of things. Adam,
It's definitely a Deus Ex game, but thematically it's
Good evening.
it doesn't quite
Richard.
fit in. Like and this is all from having watched Ross what's his face's
there's for Rita.
videos on it. That it doesn't kind of like it's way more sci-fi-ish than the earlier games. The earlier games,
Don't fix an entire firewall.
they were set in very recognizable worlds where there's all this technology and stuff, but it's not like the whole world was
Want to know how?
super high tech.
Oh, wait, I forgot.
And then
Cop.
you get to Human Revolution, and that's kind of the case. But some of the I can't remember which one it was, but
Sarif has
I think it
to
was the
see
third Deus Ex game. Like that was the one that sort of went more in that direction. So this Deus Ex game was really just kind of following on from the third one in that regard, if memory serves. Could be wrong about that.
How wonderful to see you both. Go right
Anyway.
ahead, Adam. He's waiting.
This is the newest in encrypted GPL traffic.
That guy is totally a jerk. You can tell because he's got a ponytail, and only people with like long hair and ponytails. Oh wait. Oh. I just sing myself. Anyway, you would have to have seen a picture of me for that to have made sense. But anyway. Hey, it's Tony Stark.
Tomorrow. Everything in place?
Yes, sir. Capitol Police will escort us to the Hill, and then Federal Protection Services takes over.
Good. How's our girl holding up?
She's nervous.
His waistcoat is weirdly geometric. I just noticed that.
She explained it to you?
Not really into the whole science thing, boss.
It's incredible. All those purists out there accusing us of tampering with the natural order, when all Megan's done is figure out how to unlock the potential that exists within our own DNA. It's safer and easier than anything you Darrow ever did.
Environmental
Dun
malfunction.
dun dun. Well, that looks like it's all fine and dandy.
All lab chiefs, please report
And I'm
for-
sure it's nothing to worry about
Better not
at
take any
all.
chances. Not tonight.
Yep.
Use my elevator to get down there. You know the code?
Yeah, 0451.
Let me know what you find.
Now, if I remember
To
correctly,
get someone to shut off the damn racket.
you could basically... Can I have control now plus game? Plus. There we go. Basically, I think if you stand there long enough, it just tells you off. But we don't need to... Anyway. What was it? 04... oh, I was pressing the wrong button on my controller there. 51. There we go. Yeah, I'm so used to the... It's an Xbox Windows controller, so I'm used to A being the action button, but in this game it's X. Elevator Soft.
Where's Megan? She reported in yet?
That well-known company, yes. There's lots of nice detail in this game, though.
Damn it. Must have been a serious
including some Easter eggy things. There's one thing in one of the offices I have to remember to look at later that I remember.
There's interference coming from somewhere. Find out what's happening, Jensen. Hurry!
Pritchard. Pritchard.
Right, see if I can remember enough to not have to use the tutorials. Okay, that is crouch. Like I said, I did play an hour just to try and familiarise myself, but I might mess it up a bit, especially the stuff where you have to take cover, because there is a cover-based system in this. It's kind of an RPG in that, you know, you've got character building elements, and this doesn't look so good. Why has she got silver hands, or are those just the gloves? Or does she actually have, like, silver robot hands? Anyway, I think we've just stumbled into a convention of jam fetishists. Oh no, they're trying to kill me, he says, and then, yeah, this is a rather, that's been done in so many games, like you come through and there's a glass wall and somebody goes, oh no, save me, and then they die. Moving objects. Oh yes, this was a thing. Well, of course this is a thing. And vents. There's going to be a lot of crawling around in vents in this game. Is there anything else in here? I can't remember. A hand! You never know when you might need an extra hand. I could make a filthy joke there, but I'm not going to. Yeah, wow. I don't know what deep dark recess of my brain that thought just came from, but you'll never know what specifically the thought was, because it could refer to. Now I think about it, there are several ways in which you could take that thought. Several directions, all of them quite filthy. So, if I remember correctly, it's one of the shoulder buttons. No, that's firing, and that's reloading. And oh god, that's jump. Triangle puts my gun away. You'd think I would have remembered this having played an hour of it, but apparently not. Anyway, never mind. We'll just, you know, fail horribly and die. Probably. Lots. Well, there's some bad guys. There we go. Now the cover system is quite useful when you're doing some of the more sneaky bits, but I seem to remember it being a little bit less useful when it came to the actual combat. Oh, one of the things, I don't know why I can't remember his name now, but Ross Thingy. Oh, I can't loot these bodies. One of his complaints was that it's almost a step back, this game, because you can't hide bodies in dumpsters anymore. You can pick up bodies and you can drag them around, or not necessarily bodies, but you know, dead people or incapacitated people. But you can't hide them in dumpsters, in situations where there are in fact dumpsters. I think I've basically got infinite ammo. Oh, I've got to stand up before I can. So yeah, they've come in and they're killing everybody. There seems to be some slight frame rate dips when it does the loading. Oh, there we go. So that's the button. So you can go from cover to cover, and it actually gives you options. So if we want to press the gap, we actually press, not hold. I'm gonna have to get used to that. Context-sensitive controls usually trip me up a bit. It was one of the things I had with Mass Effect. I really like the Mass Effect games, but oh hello. The context-sensitive controls really did trip me up sometimes. Anyway.
Over there.
Uh-oh. Now this is before I've got all my magical augment stuff in, but I'm apparently still fairly bullet spongy. So that totally makes sense. I keep getting my my crouch and my other one mixed up, but I'll get it eventually. Why have they got little like Christmas light lamp things everywhere? This is odd little. Anyway, sneaky. Yeah, every time it does that little. I don't know if it's quick saving or if it's loading stuff in, but it is a bit a bit laggy. Well, so much for security. And we're literally going to get the same thing all over again. Oh, hello. Yes, she's someone we'll meet later on. She's one of the bosses. Now, is there another... Oh, it's just open. I was wondering if there was another vent or something. And again, you'd think, having played it an hour, including this bit, you'd think I'd remember, but remembering's hard, you guys. Right, can I just... Yeah, see, it's incredibly inaccurate. Ooh. Right, so... Go wee! Dive across. Woohoo! There's one down. So I prefer... Like, one of the things I didn't like about KOTOR was that the combat was all... basically, like, it was RPG, like, dice-based combat. Whereas I prefer games that are more kind of a hybrid between the RPG sort of character building and specialization elements, and then more kind of like first-person combat. Oh, I'm taking a bunch of hits there. You can't... I mean, having said it's a bit bullet spongy, it's not that bullet spongy. It's just he magically heals himself. If you wait long enough, and I just need to... Where is he? There we go. Oh, there's one more back there. There we go. Right. This is, of course, on the medium difficulty, so on the harder difficulty, it probably be less forgiving. Although I could have been a wimp and put it on like the easiest difficulty, but I have played a few of these games. Why have these guys got like... I don't know, they look like those laptop hard case things you've got. They're all carrying around their MacBooks with them. That's how you know they're bad guys, because they're all using MacBooks, yeah. That is completely true. Yep. Oh, hello. Oh, hello! You seem friendly. Yeah, the pre-rendered stuff, it's not... Like, it's clearly all using the game engine. It's not actual... Ooh. That's a bit... That's ruined his waistcoat. It's a bit... Like, it could have been nicer, but... Because they went with game engine stuff, I guess it was easier. Ooh. It's got green goop. It's probably not much good. Oh, he's got mechanical arms as well. So, Adam Jensen's not looking so healthy, but somehow he's going to survive. And this beginning part is really, it's very, very RoboCop. I mean, it really is. Although Mass Effect did this as well. Well, I should say Mass Effect 2. So this is our intro sequence basically, and we get to see Jensen being put back together, surviving somehow, being brought back to life so he can fight the Reapers and... Oh wait, wrong game. Yeah, that would have been very slightly more amusing if I'd actually not already mentioned Mass Effect, probably. But I did, so, you know, rip.
Yeah, he's not good to like this.
So there we are, that's our intro. I may or may not cut parts of that out in the editing, just because it drags on a little bit, and some of the background stuff just seems a little bit unnecessary, like the background chatter. Just seems like, well, we'd better have them saying things, so, you know, things. Big bro. Yes, there's a fair few references in this game to things. So here we are, 6 months on. And Jensen's got his built-in sunglasses because reasons. And he always wears his sunglasses indoors because also reasons. He's just cool
Adam,
like that.
It's David. You in the building?
Just enter the lobby.
Sorry to pull you out of sick leave so soon, but we've got a situation. A break-in at our Milwaukee Junction factory. Meet me at the helipad.
I have to see Pritchard first. Something's wrong with my retinal enhancement.
Frank's on the second floor in the tech lab. Make it quick. People's lives are at stake.
So it really does stick you right in. Yeah, you basically, like, you don't even have time to properly wander around and check everything out first. So, I mean, you can have a little chat with the secretary. So we'll do that.
God. Mr. Jensen, I didn't think you'd... Oh, wow. I guess you hear about the break-in. Did you need directions or something?
It hasn't been that long, Cindy. I may not look the same, but my memory's pretty intact.
Oh, I didn't mean... I mean, of course, your memory's fine, sir.
I'm not sure I like that depth of field effect. I don't know about you guys.
Ever since the... Well, since the...
Ever since the first attack?
Yes, sir. The lab floors were pretty much demolished. We're rebuilding them, but most of our researchers are working off-site now. Everyone else has been shuffled around, so if you need help finding someone...
Where's the tech lab?
It's not really a lab, sir. It's more of an office with a lot of computer equipment shoved in it. Mr. Pritchard complains about it all the time. Go up the stairs behind me and take a right. You'll find it near the end of the hall.
Okay, well, we'll do that for now then.
If you say so.
There is, I mean, you get a chance to wander around later on. It would be kind of nice to do that at the start. Also, there's an escalator which doesn't work because the technology to make escalators work is complicated. So, up the stairs and to the right.
Why is David keeping the SWAT team from going in right away?
And of course, we get all this chatter as we go. There's lots of voiced, like, people standing around, but one of the things that is a bit strange is everybody seems to be pretty much on first name terms with you, like from the lowliest janitor to the boss himself, which is slightly odd. Anyway, let's go inside and talk to yes, this guy. Oh, this is the thing, by the way, where I wanted to look at those data cables. Nerds! This game was made by nerds. Yeah, who knew? Talking of nerds, let's speak to the nerd-in-chief at Sarif Industries.
What happened? You get stuck in an air duct on the way over?
Yeah, nice to see you too, Francis. Something's wrong with my retinal display. Can you fix it?
If it's what I think it is, probably. Of course, it might seem. Oh, looks like your left and right imaging processors weren't completely in sync. But don't worry, your Sentinel health implant will kick in soon, repairing any damage that might have caused. Your retinal display should be fine.
And that, of course, works
its
by
recognition
magic.
Software won't be picking up hostiles yet, but you should be seeing radar and targeting reticules. Biomedical data too, if you're in pain.
Right. We done here? Because Sarif is waiting for me at the helipad.
I know. Radicals have broken into our manufacturing plant and taken hostages. Maybe this time you'll actually save people.
Meow. He's catty.
If you got a problem with me, Pritchard, why don't you just say it and get it over with?
Why no, Jensen? I don't have a problem with you. If anything, I blame myself.
The mighty Pritchard blaming himself. That's gotta be a first.
I'm the one who told Sarif we needed a physical security team to protect us. If he'd read my report closely enough.
Wait a second. Are you saying it was your idea to hire me?
Not you, Jensen. I wanted Dynacore, Sharp Edge, or Bell Tower. All the top private security contractors were on my list, but Sarif wanted somebody in-house. And so did Dr. Reed.
Yeah, let's just keep poking him.
Why,
Poke, poke, poke.
It's
Why
no
not?
secret how close the two of you were. And let's face it, you'd just been fired from SWAT for that massacre in Mexican town. No one was about to hire you.
You really have to stop getting your news from those Picus blogs, Francis. They only confuse you.
The point is, if Sarif had listened to me, we wouldn't be having this conversation. But Megan, God love her, always did have Sarif's ear.
Sarif's ear is going to be hearing a report about violence in the workplace if you keep this up. You really feel like continuing?
Point taken.
They're all one big happy family, can't you tell? Oh. I'll just, nab the energy bar, which is how you power your takedowns. And is there anything else? For some reason he's got a Tron bike in his office, which seems totally professional. And also this weird archway made out of old CRT monitors. I never did figure out why that was there. I don't know. Pritchard clearly can just get away with it, whatever the hell he likes to get away with. You know what? We're going to steal his lunch money. Haha! Take that, Pritchard. No vending machine snacks for you. Right. To the helipad, which is, I think this way. And we can stop and blether to a lot of people, but, no wait, is it this way? No, it's that door there. Not up the stairs.
Adam, how close are you to the helipad?
Almost there.
Good.
Be quicker if you'd stop bothering me.
PR nightmare. Meet me in the chopper. I'll brief you as we go.
Well, I can read another newspaper. Well, in fact, we just will. You know, I've come up to it. I've come this far. I've teased you. We might as well. So, oh, there you go. If you really want to read the thing, now you can read the thing. So, beer. Also very important when you're going on operations. You've got to have your energy bars and you've got to have beer, because nothing helps sharpen those tactical reflexes like alcohol.
Welcome back, Jensen. Didn't think we'd see you around here for a while yet.
You know how it goes, Malik. Duty calls.
Don't I know it? I was in my wingsuit halfway to the top of the Renaissance Center when I got the 911. But you... 6 months is a hell of a short time to come back from the dead. You sure you're ready for this?
Only one way to find out.
Roger that. The boss is already on board, arguing with the DPD's tactical response team. They've got the plant surrounded, but Mr. Sarif wants you to go in first. Are you all set here? Because the sooner we take off, the better it will be for everyone.
I'm ready.
Great. Then let's get airborne.
Well, clearly he wasn't expecting to see the boss man himself, but here he is. Also, the cockpit to this craft is weird. The entire front of the thing opens up for the pilot to get inside. It's a very odd design.
I told Farida to put us down on a roof. I don't want the crowd seeing you go in.
Fine. As long as she pulls you out the minute I'm gone. So what am I looking at here? Who are these guys?
Pro-human purists, or so they say. The same purists who've been firebombing limb clinics all over the country.
You buy that?
No, I don't think it's a coincidence they hit us today, only hours after we moved the Typhoon in for assembly line factory.
The Typhoon? Megan's team was testing it the day that bastard... Who's on point for these guys?
Adam. I know you and Megan were once...
Who is on point for these guys?
Goes by the name of Sanders. That's him, there. He's an augmented Adam, so he can't be one of the mercs who attacked us, but he did know exactly how to get inside our plant.
All right. So how do you want me to handle this?
First priority is the Typhoon. I'm keeping SWAT out until you've secured it. As far as rules of engagement go, I'll defer to you. Lethal or non-lethal?
I'm actually going to go with non-lethal. I'm going to, even though I've already done a partial playthrough with this, I'm curious to see how doing a non-lethal like character and build and play style
I'm not looking to start a
factors in
there,
with the director's cut stuff.
But just make sure those bastards don't wake up and warn their friends. You remember what it's like in there? A lot of tight enclosed hallways. But the labs themselves are pretty open. High ceilings. So, do you want something you can use from a distance? Or up close?
We'll go with a
Give me something with
trank
distance.
rifle.
If I get too close, I'll take them out personally.
Just try not to break anything expensive. The Typhoon should be in the factoring labs. But Pritchard will tell you more as you go in. I've got him running comms.
Terrific. Anything else?
Keep your eyes open for hostages. Free them if you can, but the Typhoon is your #1 priority. We developed it for the Alphabet agencies, and if we don't deliver it to them intact and still a secret, well, I'm sure you'll get the job done right.
Gentlemen, prepare for landing.
So here we are, and I think I'm actually going to wrap up this first part here now that we're approaching the 40-minute mark. That seems like long enough for the first part of this. I might just keep recording at this point and like get a second episode recorded right after. So if you're all shouting at me in the comments about things I missed, although I don't think I will have missed much in that first section, it was really just the intro to the game, then obviously I won't read it until well, it won't kick in until the third episode or so. So in the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed this first part, and if you have, you can hit the like button, you can leave any comments below, you can sub to my channel if you haven't already, and as always, stay tuned for more.